Hello and welcome to this brief look at Origin Access. You may have seen my video the other day of Unravel, where I played the game early thanks to Origin Access, which of course is the PC version of EA Access available on the Xbox One. Now I thought that you guys might want to have a brief look at Origin Access, the service, and just what you actually get for your monthly subscription, to maybe just give you a brief look and help you decide if it's actually worth signing up to for you. So I did sign up to this with my own money, as I said in my Unravel video. So this is the front page of Origin when you have signed up to Origin Access, and it gives you a nice little sort of sneak peek as to what's coming and what's currently available. So before I actually go into anything else, you guys probably already know this, but what you actually get with Origin Access is access to the Vault, which is basically a collection of games that are free if you own Origin Access, early access to new titles such as Unravel, which is of course how I played it so early, out till the 9th, and 10% off their future purchases. So let's take a look for the moment what's in the Vault. Obviously this will change based on time, more games will be added, some games might disappear, and it obviously will depend on your country as well. Obviously I'm in the UK. So let's have a look at the Vault, shall we? As you can see, there are some pretty nice games, including some fairly recent ones. The Dragon Age Inquisition Digital Deluxe, and obviously Battlefield 4 is not quite so new, but you've still got SimCity, Need for Speed Rivals, Plants vs Zombies, and some really nice games. For the moment, This War of Mine is the only third-party title available in the Vault. But they will be adding more. They have said as much, but we don't know when. Now if you scroll down to here, you can see what's on the way. You can see here that Torchlight 2, a game that I actually already own on Steam, is coming to the Vault soon. So as you can see, they're already adding new games, and soon I would be able to, if I wanted to, play Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 early. So you do get a little bit of a look at what's coming next. Now, quick thing before I continue actually, the £3.99 or $4.99 monthly subscription is a rolling monthly, so you can cancel at any time. You don't have to, don't have to sign a contract like I will have it for 6 months or whatever. You can do it yearly, but there's no real benefit to doing that. It's better to have the rolling monthly so that, perhaps if you are dissatisfied with the service after X amount of time, you just can cancel it whenever you want. So that is the Vault, and as I said, those are all completely free, and all I have to do to keep access to them is keep my subscription going. So I could actually play all of Dragon Age Inquisition for free if I'm subscribed to it that whole time, which is pretty nice, to be honest. And I would imagine that that game, so you can see my version of Unravel there, that game will not be going anywhere from the Vault because obviously it's an EA published game. So, not too bad. I mean, obviously it's fairly limited for the moment, but this is a service that has only just started on PC. Obviously it's been on Xbox One for quite some time, but yeah. Anywho, let's move on to the first trials, which is, as I said, how I played Unravel. And for the moment it is only Unravel in here, with Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 coming soon. But I would imagine that, say for example, when Mirror's Edge Catalyst is almost out, I will be able to play that early in all of their newest titles. Those two features, the trials and the Vault, are for me what makes Origin Access actually worth the money, at least so far. I've only had it for a while, but the reason I got it is because, well, yeah, I wanted to play Unravel early, but also because it just seemed like decent value. The other thing that might help is the 10% off all of their future games. If you scroll down here, you can see that. So, for example, let's say you buy a lot of EA games over a year, or even 2 years, because they do release a lot of games. They've got a lot of developers and games under their brand, I guess you could say. So if you find yourself buying a lot of their games just through virtue of, like, you like Star Wars, you like Battlefield, you like Dragon Age, you like BioWare's games in general, that sort of thing, that 10% off can add up. Obviously, if you don't purchase a lot of EA games, it may not be worth it. But if you do, then you can save yourself some money as well as getting early access to them and free stuff, What's nice about the trials is, for example, when Unravel actually comes out, any progress I have made will just carry over to the full game. I won't have to start from scratch, which is quite nice. So overall, so far, in my early impression, I'm actually fairly happy with Origin Access. It's pretty cheap, which is surprising given that it's EA. When I first heard that Origin Access was coming to PC, I honestly expected them to pull an EA and make it like £10 a month or something, which would not be worth it, let's be honest. But £3.99 early access plus 10%, yeah. I mean, obviously it really depends on whether or not you play a lot of EA games. Obviously, because we cover as many games as we possibly can, I most likely will be. Plus, I'd quite like a few of their developers under their wing. So for me, it's worth it. Obviously, it's a very personal thing as to whether or not this has good value. And, you know, on a month-to-month basis, it might not. That's the only real downside to this, is that, for example, I could be subscribed for, say, 4 or 5 months, and they might not add anything really to the vaults that I'm interested in. You know, there's no way of knowing how often they're going to add games, what games they're going to get. Yeah, they're telling me now, cool, Torchlight 2 is coming, but I already have that game. There's plenty of games in the vault already that I would actually like to play, like this War of Mine, just for example. But you get my point. You have no way of knowing from a month-to-month basis how much value you're going to get out of the vault, and you know what sort of games are going to be coming. The third-party games are going to be able to add, obviously going to be limited to the developer saying, okay, yes, you can give our game away for free, which is obviously fair enough. So do keep that in mind, that the value proposition is going to change on a month-to-month basis. For now, it's good, but obviously, say for example, a few months later, you've played all the games in the vault that you're interested in, and there's not anything coming, then it might not be worth it anymore. But I suppose that's the advantage of it having cancel any time, and then I guess you could just sign up again when something interesting comes along. So overall, first impressions are good, but I thought you guys want to have a brief look at Origin Access to see if perhaps you were interested and weren't sure if it was actually worth the money. Personally, I would say yes, but of course it depends entirely on you. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.